to do anything to it. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to recruit. You don't have to tell anybody. But I felt it was my responsibility to just share it with a few folks that I know, love, and trust, that I want to see do well. And so the good news, and he'll share this with you, that the starting point is wherever you want to start at, for as much as you want to start at. And so I'm going to just turn this call over to Dr. Breakthrough. He is world-renowned, Stan Harris, and he has done incredible things, have built massive teams, and he's partnered with the owner of this company, and they are just really taking this. And listen, we're among the first 1,800 people to join this this program, and the goal is to get to 2,500 people so that we can be put on the coin market cap. He'll explain all of that to you. And so, yes, I'm excited to have him. Dr. Breakthrough, thank you for hosting this call this morning. And I'm going to turn it over to you, my friend, and share the information. And if we've got some time to kind of interact the conversation, to have some questions and answers. I've got some knowledgeable people on here about crypto, and I'm sure they're going to have some questions concerning this platform and what it's able to do for people that participate. Take it away, my brother.
Hey, Bishop. Well, thank you, man. Appreciate you. And obviously all the things you've done. You're legendary, man, not just in ministry, but also in empowering people financially. And so I just want to say, appreciate each and every one of you being on. Now, this evening at 7 o'clock Central, 8 Eastern, we're going to do this again, but we're going to have an addition. We're going to have the CEO, Mr. Delano Steinacker. So as Bishop mentioned, I just want to share a few things with you. So again, this is called WeeTwo. As he mentioned, it's not affiliate marketing. As a matter of fact, this won't compete with anything that you're doing. It's actually going to enhance, enable, and empower you to do whatever you do better. And so again, my friend, I want to tell you my story briefly and show you a few things here. Just a second, we still got a few folks coming in here. Show you my story just briefly. And then again, see if we can answer any questions. We got my Robin on the line here, Don Crypto, Howard Powell, who's the techie guy that walks people through getting started. And I'm going to have him share some things with you. And then at the end, anyone who's ready to get started, he's going to show you how to get started. And I'm going to have you give his brief testimonial, how I put him on the phone with the CEO to ask all the hard questions, and how his questions not only got answered, but by the third question, he said, that's enough. I'm ready. Put me in this deal. All righty. So again, we're talking about a new crypto. Just a second. The owner's wife is calling me now. Just 1 second here. Let's see here. Let me just send her a text, let her know I'll call later. So again, this is a new crypto with a passion for pets and a purpose for people that levels the financial playing field by producing increase for everyday people. So again, it's called WeeTwo. I want you to see, here's the picture here with the team. So I've never seen a crypto where the CEO puts his picture on the website, all of his social media contact, the vice president, and so forth. You can see me as the chief breakthrough officer. It's his wife who just tried to call me, and then Carol Hudson. But they have the phone number here. People call this phone number all day long, and they get a live person that assists them. They share their address and everything. So this is a real live physical office. Started in October, and my friend, they are just now getting things cranking. They brought me aboard in January to help with expansion, and we just want to share this with others. So I'm going to share my screen just so you know. Share my personal screen as far as with them. I started with $1,500 on January the 10th. There's no package. You just buy whatever you want, as much or as little as you want. And my friend, it's incredible. So you can start with as little as $50, on 60. By the way, this kind of soft porn thing here, I told him about it. So he's got his attorneys working on seeing if they can stop those advertisements from being on the site. But you can see my balance here, $134,000. And again, my friend, obviously we always have to give a disclaimer, as you know, right? And so just to be fair, in that I'm not a financial advisor, and the information given in this presentation, it's not financial advice. The information is for educational purposes only. It is not intended to be a solicitation or recommendation for any specific investment. Cryptocurrency involves risk and is not suitable for everyone. And past performance, as you know, does not guarantee future results. But in this case, my friend, it's looking super good. So I got started with $1,500 January the 10th. When I say set it and forget it, I forgot about it altogether. And it wasn't until February 16th, 36 days later, that Carol Hudson, the director of outreach, called me and said, Doc, did you check your balance? I said, no, I even forgot the site. So she sent me here to the site and I looked at my balance at that time was $14,400. I said, wait a minute, 36 days with me never even telling anybody, not even looking at it. It went from 1,500, that's almost 10 times to 14,400. And so I said, but can I take any out? Because these numbers don't mean anything unless I can take it out. So she showed me, I took out $50 and it worked within 2 minutes. Then later that night, took out $2,000. The next day, $1,500. Next day, $1,000. Next day, like $900. Anyway, make a long story short, since that time, February 16th to now, I've taken out $36,000 now, all total, $36,000. And you see my balance is still $134,641. Now, Bishop saw my balance yesterday. It was $128,000. So that means it grew. As a matter of fact, it grew over 4,000 while I was sleeping last night. And again, it has nothing to do with personality, has nothing to do with anything other than getting started, purchasing a package. Here's how simple it is. If you can purchase a package, you can get paid. What are you purchasing? It's a WeeTwo. It's a token that is set up to be a real coin that'll be going public here in just about 24 to 48 months. Now, as Bishop mentioned about these zeros, if you see all these zeros up here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros, okay, before they hit the dollar mark, which means it would be 4 zeros before they hit a penny. Now, here's what you have to understand. Anyone who gets started today with as little as even say $100, if you add 4 zeros to $100, that's $1 million of that potential. But let me not just use these big numbers like this. Let me show you some very practical small numbers. Like my son, I started him off a couple of weeks ago with a $50 package for his 30th birthday, which was yesterday, so 2.5 weeks ago. And when I called him, he said, Dad, not one of those things. I said, son, I'm just going to give you the money. If when your birthday comes 2.5 weeks later, if it's only 50, you're going to have the 50. If it's more, you get that. Well, he pulled out $600 the day before last, and he still had $100 left. Now, listen to what I'm saying. Starting with 50, 2.5 weeks ago, pulled out 600, and he still has 100 left over. So I've got several different accounts here. I want to show you a few of them here. So I've got one for my wife, and her account now is at 1,400. I just started this account with $50 about 3 weeks ago, and it's now at $1,413. Okay, so you can have as many accounts. Also, I mean, I even put a vacation account. Started that with a little $50. Is already up to $900 in just maybe 2 weeks. I've got a vow renewal. We're renewing our vows, and so I want to pay for the expenses with this. So again, I have different accounts to set up, and I'll tell you the reason, the magic of having these different accounts, because we're trying to reach 2,500 holders by the 25th. That gets us listed on Coin Market Cap and all these other exchanges. And that's when it really takes off, because there's a lot of people that are looking for crypto to buy, but they don't even know about this because they can't see it. So all these different accounts, you can see the different, and again, some of them I started with as low as $46. Let's see here. So anyway, all my children here, Dr. Christina, Josiah, Justin, all of them. I've got one for missions. I've got one for fun. I've got one 21-day breakthrough financial challenge that I'm running, and I'm teaching people how to do 10K within 21 days. And literally with $2,000 in 10 days, 21 days, it'll be over $10,000. I've got an emergency fund. I've got a Christmas fund. I've got one for the homeless. Let's see if you can see on my screen here. I just started that one just the other day. And so anyway, so all these different wallets. Now, let me just real quick say this. And so I've been part of companies where, again, one company owes me 7.9 million, just me, not talking about what they owe my wife. And so we got, all of us got these sob stories. Another company, this is so totally different because the owner's not preaching hodl, which means they want you to hold on. No, he says, Doc, people do that for the owner's benefit. He said, no, I want people to pull the money out. He said, matter of fact, when you get started, he says, if you start with $1,000, by the time it gets to like 7 or 8,000, pull out your initial 1,000 and just let the rest, the house money run. And as it keeps going up, skim some more off the top. He said, I want people to do it that way. So unfortunately, some people don't pay attention. I had a lady use her rent money, single parent mother of 3, 2 weeks ago, $1,500. And my friend, within 2 weeks, it was $6,000, which would have been a couple of days ago. She's now at $7,500. So she was able now to pull out that $1,500 originally and pay her rent. And guess what? And now still has $6,000 left over. And so it runs off with B&B Smart Chain. And so real quick, I want to bring out Howard. Howard is a guy that deals with crypto, teaches the common people all about crypto. His mom's a pastor. He loves the Lord. And he had some hard questions because I called him. I said, Howard, just buy this. And he says, okay, Doc, you're my financial sensei, but I got some questions, man. So I put him on the phone. So real quick, and this guy, by the way, is a guy that leveraged $8 to make over $400,000 in 2 years with a platform, another platform he and I work with. But so I said, look, this one is the deal, bro. So real quick, Howard, tell him your story, man.
Thank you, Doc. I appreciate you for having me on here. As my financial sensei, I appreciate you so much. So I appreciate you having me in front of Dale because I'm in the crypto space. I'm new to the crypto space, and new by I mean like 3 years, right? So you can always learn something new in this crypto space, right? And so when Doc came to me, people always say they have a crypto, somebody always showing me something. So I just said, okay. And I was like, I'll buy it. So I put $12 in. And then Doc called me. He said, hey, man, did you buy that crypto? How much you put in? So I hurried up and put $100 in just so I can say, at least I put $100 in, right? Because you don't want to devalue somebody's information, right? So if I said $12, he might be like, man, I'm not telling you nothing. So at least put the $100 in there. And so the next day, that $100 had grew to be worth $171. And so in crypto, you see things fluctuate all the time. You'd like to get in on the ground floor. So I was impressed. So I went ahead and I put my mom in. I put $500 in for my mom, and that $500 turned into $1,495 in a matter of like 2 days, right? So I went in and put more money in. But nonetheless, our accounts have grown. We've seen people growing their accounts 500%, 700%. That initial $100 that I put in is now worth $712. So I can track that. So in my mind, I'm upset because I wish I would have put 1,000 in, right? Because that 1,000 would have been 7,000. But sometimes you just not sure. So I was able to sit down with the CEO of the company, and it's very rare, as Dr. Berkthrough said, that you get to meet the CEO or you get to see their information, because at the end of the day in this crypto space, people don't do that. Why? Because cryptocurrencies sometimes are not going to be here tomorrow, or programs they're not going to be here tomorrow. So if something happens, they're going to go find those people, especially if they have a lot of money invested. So for somebody to put all their information and be very visible, you really don't see that. And then being the ground floor where it's at, you got 8 zeros, right? So it's like 1/1,000,000th of a penny. So you can really get a million coins for like $5 or $2 or something like that. So you can buy as many coins as you want. And like Dr. Breakthrough said, you can hold them. The goal is to get the coin to 1 cent. All right, 1 cent. So if you had 250 million coins and it got to 1 cent, you have 2.5 million dollars. So the goal is to make it get to 1 cent. And how do we do that? We just get people to purchase the coins, open up multiple wallets, and add at least $50 to each wallet. All right. Then when you get to your initial investment, like Doc said, you take out your initial investment and then let your coins hold. All right. Anybody who knows about crypto knows that the cryptocurrency is the #1 producing asset over the last 10 years. All right. So we have an opportunity to just get into the cryptocurrency space, hold our coins, teach others about crypto. If you're not familiar with cryptocurrency, we're here to teach you about cryptocurrency. All right, so we want to help educate. Well, my job rather is to help educate people on cryptocurrency. So you buy the WeeTwos. While those WeeTwos are growing, you learn about what crypto is, how we're going to incorporate the cryptocurrency in our everyday lives, right? So you don't have to do anything. That's not no sharing. If you do want to share because you want people to make money right with you, right? So you don't have to, because your crypto is going to grow because we're telling everybody else. So it's not a platform. It's not a program. You don't have to do anything except for buy the crypto. Hardest part about buying crypto is being qualified to buy the crypto. everybody does have to get qualified to buy crypto. When I say qualified, it means you need to have a Cash App that where you can buy your Bitcoin on your Cash App. So you can get verified right inside your Cash App to buy and send and sell Bitcoin. And the reason you want to do that is because you can receive Bitcoin in order to cash out, right? The first question people say is, how do I cash out, right? It's the same way you cash in. All right, so you buy Bitcoin and then we exchange it for the coin that we need and we buy our WeeTwos. When we want to cash out, we cash out the coin and we exchange it into Bitcoin. We send it to our Cash App and you can cash out that way. If you have a Coinbase, you can buy Bitcoin on Coinbase, swap it and get the WeeTwos, and then you can send it back and take your money out through Coinbase. So you can use Coinbase, Cash App, Kraken, which is Kraken. That is an exchange. And some people can use Binance.us and you can buy Binance straight out, or you can go to a website called Simplex. You can type that in for me, simplex.com. And if you go to simplex.com, you can buy B&Bs with your debit card. You just have to go through the KYC registration process, which is fairly easy, depending on where you live at. So those are those processes that you need to get started. And then once you get your Bitcoin, I have the videos and everything on my YouTube page. I'll show the YouTube video on how to get started. If you have a cell phone, then you want to use the Token Pocket. All right, Token Pocket. And again, I'll put the links in the chat. It's Token Pocket. So if you download the Token Pocket, that is the app that you want to use on the cell phone, because you'll be able to see your value of your WeeTwos right on your crypto wallet. If you're on a computer, then you want to use the app MetaMask. Okay, so MetaMask on a computer and Token Pocket on your phone. And it's real simple. Once you get those things, and you can just buy as much crypto as you want. Hold it, sell it, open multiple accounts. And then I started in crypto again with $8 about 2 years ago. I started a platform 2 years ago with $8. I was able to make over $400,000. So therefore never having to come out of my pocket. So now I can diversify my portfolio and buy as much crypto as I choose. So my goal is to help you guys do the same.
Awesome.
Thank you, Doc. I appreciate you.
Wow, thank you. Appreciate that. And so just real quick, I've got one or two folks on here, I think can just unmute and give a short testimonial, very, very short, please. I see a few folks on here. Are you available, Trina? Are you available to give a short testimonial? Also, I think, who else is on here? Let's see, Paulette, if you're available, just real short. I know you guys got started within the last week, I think, or so. And I know Apostle Barry Burrell couldn't make it this morning, but he started, I think, a week ago, week and a half ago with 1,000, and it's now 1,700. And I said, but Apostle, he is excited. So he wanted me to sign up his whole church Wednesday night. So we had a big Wednesday night meeting through the Zoom to sign up his church. I said, but numbers don't lie. Instead of 1,000, if you put in 10,000, you'd have had 17,000. He said, oh man, I know. There's a lady that put 35,000 in and has over 1 million. Now that's extreme, but it happened. Now today, if you did it, it'd probably take 2 or 3 months, but still, that's the possibilities. Again, you can take part or all out at any time. Listen now, without any penalties. By the way, I put Howard's number in the chat, my number in the chat, and one of the things, we are available to help people to sign up. So, so real quick, are you available for testimonial there? Let's see, Trina, can you unmute? Is that you don't have to show your face, just let's see, Trina, let's see, or Paulette, any of you available real quick? Should be just hit the unmute.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Hi, my name is Paulette Crawford. I'm from New York. I started with WeeTwo on March 3rd. I started with initially it was, hold on one second, I believe it was $293. And that balance in that particular account is now 568. So then on the 6th, 3 days later, I added $1,091. And the value of that now today is $1,462. So in total, with both of my wallets currently, it's 203368.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it. By the way, in the
Yes, sir.
chat, there's a guy, somebody, Carrie says it's growing really slow now. My 1,000 is only up $200. That was a week ago. Poor you. Poor you.
Not 20% a week.
Yeah. But that brings out a great point. One, by the way, gratitude comes from two words: great attitude, gratitude, great attitude. So question is, who has a bank account that's getting you 20% in a week? Okay, no hands raised. Okay, good. So even at its slowest, again, sometimes you hit it at a super high, it's going on the high peak. Sometimes it levels off. Sometimes there's a dip and then it comes back up, but it always keeps coming up higher than it was down. And especially once we get CoinMarketCap. And again, I've got a brand new website guy I connect them to that's constructed, that'll be up and everything else. So, but again, Carrie brings out a great point. His slow, again, $1,000 was only $200. So again, if you'd have put 10,000 in, Carrie, you'd have had another $2,000. Hello, somebody. So I think that's still pretty good, because then you could pull that money out instantly, immediately, and use it for whatever you want. Okay. So real quick, let's see who's got a question. I don't want to keep you too long. We will tonight do this again, but we'll have the CEO. And but if you have a question for me now, and I can know exactly what to direct. And again, how at the very end, Howard's going to stay on for anyone that is ready to get started. He'll actually walk you through and help you. So to me, you know, for us with gray hair, the computer is like, bam, 10 minutes, you can be done, right? But he does it on the phone and with the younger folks, but it's so much more convenient on the phone too. But I'm just saying, if you're like technically challenged, you can start with your computer and then he can show you how to put it to your phone. Question. Who has a question?
Yeah, Doc, this is Bishop Rose. One of the questions that came to me is, I didn't hear a product. Do you not need a product because there's no affiliate association with it, or no network program associated with it? Is that why
Excellent.
a product is not needed? Can you kind of address that?
Sure, great question. And please bring me some more. So here's what you're doing. You're purchasing what I call an appreciating asset, okay? An appreciating asset. And so again, there's no referral program. And a lot of people said, Doc, why are you like working so hard trying to get people involved? That doesn't make sense. Like, I don't understand. I said, well, if you took $1,500 and leverage it into over $100,000 in 2 months, and you called yourself my friend and you didn't tell me, I'd be mad at you if I found out about it, right? So that's one reason. But like my beautiful wife, my ABCD, adorable brown caramel delight, we say if it's not win-win-win, we're not in. And this creates a win-win-win scenario. So the product is, there's no product per se, other than you're purchasing an appreciating asset. So when I bought Bitcoin many years ago for $208 a coin, and back then people thought I was crazy. Well, unfortunately, it went all the way up to 19,000 and I sold most of it, not realizing it would keep going up all the way up to 68,000. I think now it's down to about 45,000. But anyway, you're purchasing an appreciating asset, right? I have silver, I have gold. You're purchasing an appreciating asset. And so when I married my beautiful wife, she said, baby, we don't want to spend money. We only want to circulate money. And I said, baby, that sounds great. What does that mean? She said, when you spend money, it's gone, never to return. And we were all trained to be consumers, to purchase stuff. Matter of fact, before the check ever comes in, we already have it already spent. We know what we're going to purchase and so forth. But a circulator, she said, when you circulate, it goes out and comes back, a never-ending cycle of increase and enjoyment. And I said, from now on, I'm going to look for ways that we can circulate the money that God allows us to be a steward over. And this is circulating your money, it's sowing money seeds where you're going to reap a harvest. So the product itself would be you're purchasing an appreciating asset that is increasing daily. And here's the point. The sooner you get started, the more you will make. Excuse the expression, let me qualify, re-say that. The sooner you get started, the more your money will make. And the more you purchase, the more your money makes, because it's a compounding effect, right? So when you hear people say, I started with this, I started with this. So, and again, sometimes you catch it and you can watch the chart. You can catch it when it's on the uptrend. I had a lady that started one day. I mean, it was so hot one day. I think, Howard, what did we spend, like 12 hours that day, 14 hours we started early in the morning just signing people. People just kept jumping on. And one lady started at 11:30, 12 o'clock-ish. And by 6 o'clock, she only had $50, by the way. At 6 o'clock, her $50 was $125. And we showed her to pull the 50 out, and she still had 75 left over. That was in the same day. Like one lady started that day with 2,700. By the next morning, 10 o'clock in the morning, she had $3,900. So again, if you catch it when it's on that uptrend, but again, if you're in here, then when it hits that uptrend, it's going to go. But the more you have, the more it goes. And so I hope that answered your question, my friend. And so again, the product is itself an appreciating asset. If you purchase gold, you're purchasing something that's an appreciating asset, which, by the way, is the original money, God's money. Next question. That was excellent.
Hey, Dr. Stan.
Yes.
How are you? This is Brian.
All righty.
So we have a church in Dallas and a pastor. I was talking to Jimmy last night. They're ready to go ahead and get signed up. Can we just drop that link for the next call so I can make sure I have them on that call as well? And
yes. So tonight it'll be the same link. It'll just be 7 o'clock Central, 8 Eastern. Okay.
7
so
Central.
They're
Okay,
in Dallas,
perfect.
They're my time, Central time.
Okay. And then also we have an office going up in Zambia. We've already picked it out.
Come on now. Come on now.
So just to let you know, this thing is moving. Well, if you ever wanted to be first, now is the time.
Hey, by the way, we got a guy working on doing one in the Philippines now as well, man. So
awesome.
Yes. Well, thank you, Brian. By the way, Brian is a man, just loves the Lord, and man, it spends a couple hours a day in prayer, and is a very giving, very generous, humble man. And so he and I work together. I speak for his company and some things, and now we're doing some things like this together. And I know he's going to be dropping a big drop here in the WeeTwo when he does that. I think his account. Did you start with some already, Brian? Did you see an increase in that? But I know when you drop that big amount, you're going to see a crazy increase.
Yeah, I started with a smaller amount. I was going for 2,000, but then it was harder for me to get the BNB.
Okay.
So now I've worked my way around it. But yeah, my amount that I put in was about 200, and it's up to like 274 right now. So
okay, awesome. And I know you were planning on doing Are you at liberty to share with them what you're planning on doing?
Yeah, I'm at liberty to share. So I'm going to do about 25,000 in about a month. We do have a former tax person here, Pastor Gina, Pastor Gina from the city of Louisville. So
hey, Pastor Gina,
you want to there you go. You want that's my sister there, Dr. Stan. We grew up together, but you want to make sure that you pay your taxes, as we all know. So we got this quarterly tax, so we're probably going to do it. I'm going to do it probably in about 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, but I'll do about 25.
Awesome. And by the way, we signed up a movie star the other day, and we got several others coming. But when there's big purchases like that made, if you're already, your account will jump. So it's not network marketing, but guess what? It's almost like if it was network marketing, it'd be like this. Everybody gets spillover, because anytime anybody purchases, it makes the value rise. It's all based on supply and demand. And when the value rises, all the boats rise with it. So everybody's account goes up. And I've had a few people that have done 10 and 15,000. And when they do that, man, it goes boom, straight out. Everybody's like, whoa. And so those you join now, you'll catch that, and you'll all be thanking Brian. We were like, thank you, brother. He gonna like, thank me nothing, man. Y'all should see what my account grew to. Anyway, all righty. Anybody else with a question? Thank you very much. Thank you. And
yes, I do. This is Sharon Farmer. I'm a pastor. And
okay, let me say this, by the way, also. My brother in the chat, I'm a very straight shooter. So you said you were offended. Well, let me just mention this.
No, Doc, that was me, Doc. I just said I hope that the person.
No, not you. I'm talking about the guy, the carry with the 200. You're putting it in the chat in the open forum, my brother. So you should have. I put my number there. You could have privately addressed me. You didn't. So you did it publicly. So if you're embarrassed, if you're offended, you said I was laughing at you. Well, if you get 20% and you think that's not good, then I think your attitude is not right. I don't intentionally mean to offend you, but this is someone else's public meeting. that you're on. And so you were invited, my friend. And so you shared that. And so you gave what's happening for you, and I'm giving what's happening. So again, the sooner people get started, the more they're going to make. But again, keep in mind, there's some times when it jumps up. So when you catch that jump, you'll see a big increase. So you have positioned yourself though. So I'm just telling you, I didn't look at anything for 36 days. I keep telling people, stop looking at this thing every day. I have people like, but doc, it's not growing as fast. I said, dude, sis, relax, forget it for a while, then come back and look at it, and then you will see, okay? But anyway, go ahead, I apologize, back to you.
Okay. My name is Sharon Farmer. I am a pastor. I have a pastor friend, Pastor Colin, on the line as well. I just want to know, when can I get started?
Man, that's what I'm talking about. See,
Bishop Rose invited me. I want to get started now.
Yesterday, right, is the best time. Soon as we're done with this, the last question is answered. Howard's going to stay on the line and walk you through the sign up. So are you ready to get signed up on your computer? Or are you looking to do it on your phone?
Anyone, I could do anyone.
Okay. All righty. So yeah, and I'm the one that helps people on the computer. If you're going to do it on the phone, Howard's that one. And I got a couple other people that help me. And so anyone else who's ready to get started, like I said, we'll actually have Howard.
Which coin do we use? Which coin do we use?
It's Binance Smart Chain, BSB Smart Chain. Okay, gold with the black. Excellent. Okay. All right. Anybody else with a question? I love those kind of question statements.
And if you cannot purchase BNB, you don't have the ability to buy BNB. If you have crypto already, or you have Bitcoin, if you have crypto already, right? Bitcoin, Ethereum, none of the real altcoins because they're a little tougher. But if you got Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and you want to exchange it, Dogecoin, then you just reach out to me and I'll give you a wallet address and you can simply send me your cryptocurrency. I will exchange your crypto directly into WeeTwo's and send them directly to you, right? So it's harder to do it with money because there's withdrawal limits, but if you purchase the crypto, you can directly send me the crypto. I'll exchange it to WeeTwo's and send it right to your wallet and eliminate you having to go through that entire process, all right? So all you need to do is make sure you have a crypto wallet to make sure that you can store the crypto in, which is the token pocket, and then obtain the crypto. So you can buy any cryptocurrency and I'll be able to exchange it for you for BNB, for WeeTwo's.
Awesome. And I do have a little bit of BNB that people, if they want to purchase, but we did put those things like simplex.com, which I was buying all of mine from Simplex, as I'm in Dallas, just north of Dallas, and they won't let us buy Binance with Binance.us or moonpay.com or crypto. I mean, I can't get the Binance, but I could through Simplex. And then Howard came to the rescue, said, Doc, they're charging you a whole lot. You could buy it from me for a lot less. And then he showed me how to actually convert it myself from Bitcoin using the Cash App and so forth. We've got videos on that. By the way, we're putting together WeeTwo Academy, where we'll have short little videos that take you step by step. So it becomes a duplicatable process. But I'm telling you something, folks, you have positioned yourself, Proverbs 13:22, good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children, and the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just. So when we talk about wealth transfer, this is one of those vehicles that I'm talking, the word that God gave me this year: sweatless, sudden, supernatural, breakthrough, favor, and increase. And you're positioning yourself for that wealth transfer when you get started with WeeTwo, which again, set it and forget it, keep working your other programs, do all. It doesn't take any time. It doesn't take anything. So anyway, any other question real quick? Any other question? Because been a little longer than we intended. Any other question quickly? Anybody?
Yeah, I don't have a question, Dr. Harris.
Hey man, give your testimony, Lance.
Yeah, I saw that you were looking for testimony. So I started less than a month ago. I believe on March 20th, it will be, I've been in, a month. And so I started out with just $1,000, and that $1,000 within a couple of days, I can't even remember now, it just shot up exponentially. It might have gone to 2. And then I came in with another $1,000, and then it went up to, I went up to like 12,000. And then I put in one more 1,000, and now it's at about, 21,000. So, I still think I'm dreaming. And I'm just like, some days, I'm thinking, man, let me pull all my money out of there in case something happens. But I said, nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to let it ride. By the way, I sent you a text last night. I'm going to copy your model. I'm going to put some accounts together just to take care of my living expenses,
There you go.
mortgage, car note, entertainment money. So I'm going to be started. So the one thing that I'm going to have to do is Carol's been doing everything for me, but I need to learn how to do it myself. So
yeah, we'll work with you, bro. That's no problem. Just give me a call later.
yeah,
We'll
I'll
take care of you.
definitely give you a call because I'm going to, I like that idea that you came up with, because that way I can withdraw just to take care of my monthly obligations.
Bam. Thank you. Well, it
That's
came
it.
from above. The Lord gave it to me, but I would gladly share it.
It's great.
Hey,
So
Doc,
yes,
I want to
yes.
give this timeline for the group.
Okay.
So when Doc called me up, he said, call someone that you love. So Trina's at the market. So I'm going to tell you what happened. I was at Carlsbad Beach. It was about a month ago. And I called her up while I was at the beach. I said, I don't have time to do this or to focus on it right now. I'm just, relaxing or whatever. But the timeline was she put about $900 in. She dropped it in the feed so you can see it. And that $900 is now up to $7,000. So that's what you really need to be thinking about. That's how I look at it, guys. So I don't look at the little amount that I put in. The only reason I'm saying 25 is I saw what happened. I saw what happened to Doc. He told me it was 14. That he called me like right then, 3 days after, and it was just like, are you serious? So when I look at these numbers now, it's just the idea of, like he said before, where are you in the process? If you're hesitant in the process, it's a market, so it's going to swing up and down. But if you plant your feet firm, and then you stay there, and then you forget it. That's why when he asked me that question, I couldn't give the exact answer because I'm not really looking at it. I looked at it the other day because Howard was in there, right? That's about it, man. So just set it and forget it.
Wow, there you go. By the way, folks, you can see here addresses. We have 1,808 holders, okay? 1,808 holders. We're only 700 away. And earlier this month, the Lord spoke to my heart. And again, I didn't hear audible voice, but you know how you say something said and you don't do it, you don't go and you say, oh man, that was the Lord, I missed it. And so eventually you start realizing, wait a minute, that was the Lord. And so I'm going to give more expression to those impressions, and then I can become more impressionable. That voice becomes more and more clear. And so 2,500 members by the 25th, we can experience a 25% increase. That's what came to me. So I said, okay, so people are like, how are we going to do it? I don't know how, don't need to know how. Just set my attention. But here's a practical way how, and that is I'm one holder, and I turn from one holder into 13 holders. How? By setting up these different accounts. And you can set each account up with as little as $50. So I have what account for my wife. I want to give her $10,000 cash when we do our vow renewal on the May the 14th, one for vacation, for the vow renewal services, expenses for that, for my oldest son, Joshua, and then Josiah, and Dr. Christina, and Justin, and then for missions, and then a fund account, and then my 21-day challenge, emergency fund, Christmas fund, homeless fund. And then I decided I need to set up an expense account, because when people want to get started and I don't have the money to help them get, they can't get B&B, I keep pulling money from my account, selling it for them. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do that now right in front of your eyes. I'm going to show you how easy it is to sell just a little bit now. So Howard, I really love these folks in the name of Bishop Rose, because I'm giving up. This could be I'm going to take out about $400, and that probably would mean $40,000 if I just held on to it a little longer, but I'm going to show you. So you click on trade in your back office here, which, by the way, when we get 2,500, it's going to be more simplified and all in one house. So right now it says from B&B to WeeTwo. I'm going to switch this down arrow. So it's from WeeTwo to B&B. Okay. Now, let me just open up my wallet just to make sure you can see here. It takes a minute for that MetaMask. So I've got 4 B&B in there, right? So let's put, let me just sell one just to demonstrate. Hit swap, the MetaMask comes up. So again, on the computer, it uses MetaMask. Now, Howard, we got a new, like a matrix type thing now. You can do token pocket on your phone and everything's simplified. But here on the computer, the MetaMask, now all I did is click that button, You see it spinning. It's starting to do what it does. Let's see here. And by the way, you can see the charts. So see if you catch, see, here's where a lot of those people with these big testimonials, they came in this time. See how it's just going straight up. And again, some people unfortunately came in right when it was on the downtrend. So some people's theirs went down a little bit and then it started coming back up, right? But the key is it always goes back up further than ever it went down. All right. So you always end up making money. All right. That's the key. And it actually is not you making money, your money's making money. So Warren Buffett was right. He said, you'll work until you die unless you learn to make money in your sleep. Bam. See, it's there already right there. Bam. Now, the way I do this is new people want to get started. The way I cash out, I just sell it to them directly. They send me money through Zelle, Cash App, PayPal, or whatever. If I don't have anyone to sell to, then I just send it to an exchange, switch it for Bitcoin, and Bitcoin, then we sell it right in my Cash App. And Howard teaches on all this stuff, okay? So don't worry, Howard's gonna be the guy that walks you step by step, okay? Step by step. Okay, anybody else? One last question, anybody else?
Question is, I'm kind of confused on this whole income tax thing. And so.
Okay, not now, yeah, that's not gonna be on here now, but we do have a tax professional and we have a tax school that we're gonna have connected with this to teach you on all that, okay? But I can get you connected with our sister on the line here who's a tax professional, but you won't be taxed on anything you don't pull out. So right, so that
right, I'm talking about when you pull a little bit out, because the other night I asked the question was that, what about
Lance,
your cost basis?
Lance, but these are brand new people getting started. I don't mean any harm.
Oh, okay.
Let's do that on another thing.
Sounds good.
Okay, but I appreciate you, man. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and again, like I said, we have a tax professional that does and takes care of all that, Dr. Katrina Ferguson. But even on this line, we have Brian's sister is a tax professional that will be able to assist you. And so if you want to put, send your number, I can send your number to Brian. Brian can send it to her and we take care of that. Okay, was there anybody with a question pertaining to this getting started or something you need to clarify real quick? Anybody else?
Yeah, I want to sign up on my computer.
Okay,
so I'm getting my BNB right now.
And just download your metamask.io.
I have MetaMask.
Excellent. Then it'll take you less than 5 minutes. Okay.
All right.
All righty. And you're going to hire your money. You're going to be a super boss lady now. Your money's going to be working for you.
Oh, yes.
Okay. And one last thing I forgot to show you, as you know, because Howard told you this, but look how many BNBs. Let's see. So I've got 763,179,225,424 of these digital employees that work for me 24/7. So the more you have, the more it makes, and the faster it makes. So you want those digital employees working for you. Now, a smaller account, you see this with that's 1,400, which again, that was started with $100 a couple of weeks ago. They have 8,012,114,745 digital employees. But even with a little $50 or $60, that's still 351,075,441 digital employees that are working for you. Okay, so that's a good deal. And they work for you 24/7. They give you all the money. They don't even take a lunch break. You don't pay them anything. I mean, it's like, this is the only kind of slavery that's okay. Okay. So